what's up, SEC Youth? This is your boy, Pastor Jonathan Osorio here. Just wanted to share with you a quick word that can inspire you, that can fill you with life and faith for today. Today, I want to share with you as we enter into the season of Easter, we remember the last moments of Jesus here on earth. And it got me thinking about this. Put yourself in this moment. If you had to, in one word, describe who Jesus is to someone that has never heard of who Jesus is, what would you say? What would be the one word that you would use to describe Jesus to someone? And it got me thinking, and I came up with the word GOAT. Now, before you expel me or tell me what does that mean or what are you talking about, GOAT? See, I thought about this GOAT as the significance of the greatest of all time. The GOAT, the greatest of all time. Now, what was it about this man Jesus that was so great? Would be somebody else's question. And I love it because when I look at it, is from the lens of Jesus in one word. He encapsulates humility. I mean, think about this for a moment. The guy who's standing on the throne, the guy who sees galaxies and sees us from this scope of life is now coming down into our humanity. And he's diving from up there, literally every single one of us would literally want to move up, but he lowered himself down to die for you and me, down to give us eternity. You see, I love what it says here in Philippians chapter 2. Look at what it says. And it's a call for us as well as we enter the season and we reflect on who this Jesus was and what was he about. It says, Jesus, though he was God, he did not think of himself equally with God as something to cling onto. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges. He took the humble position of a slave and was born as a human being. When he appeared in human form, he humbled himself. He humbled himself in obedience to God and died a criminal's death on a cross. He died. He died on the cross, a criminal's death, to show humanity the most greatest and beautiful example to live with, which is to empty himself in humility and think of others rather than think of himself. I love it because the chapter closes with this. It says, therefore God elevated him. Therefore God elevated to the place of highest honor and gave him the name above all names. Come on, that just excites me. The name above all names, that at the name of Jesus, everyone should bow in on heaven and on earth, and every tongue declare that Jesus is Lord. And if you haven't heard the story, you know that 3 days later, death cannot contain him. 3 days later, there was nothing that could stop him. 3 days later, the power of the grave, the tomb was removed, and Jesus was able to come out triumphant. And today we live because he lives. And I love that song that says, I can face tomorrow because he lives. I can face any trial because he lives. And that's the beauty that we have in the gospel of God today as we face all this thing in our world today. So I just want to share with you these 3 things to think about. Number 1 is, when it comes to Jesus, what's the one word that you think about? Maybe you can write it down in the comments below. Number 2 is, how can we look out for others rather than be looking for ourselves? How can we look out for the interests of others? Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your friends. How can we look out for others rather than just thinking about ourselves? And number 3 is this, because Jesus died and he lives and he's looking forward to us, how can we continue our walk with him today? I just pray that you can fill up with faith today. I pray that you can be inspired to know that because he lives, we can face tomorrow, today. This is the greatest story of all time for all humanity. And it includes you and it includes me. God bless, all the best. And let's continue to inspire you one life at a time.